Play clock at 5. Pass is in.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, scream from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
That might send the Yankees to the World Series.
Welcome to the last episode of Rivalry Sports. Today we'll be talking about the conclusions of the Knicks-Pacers series and the start of the ECF.
So the Knicks lost Game 6 in Indiana. Siakam had a great game, scored a lot, didn't really miss any shots. Hart got hurt at some point, which is never good. Shout out to our injuries, Anunoby, Randall, Robinson, Bogdanovich. Yeah, those just goes on. And it just wasn't a good game. Just Knicks were really never in it, never had the lead. It just felt like. And now the series will go back to the Garden for Game 7 where anything could happen, especially with all these injuries.
Yeah, that was really just the nail in the coffin, I feel like. As soon as Hart had that, it looked like he had a gunshot wound when he had all that tape on his abdomen. That was just not looking good. He obviously wasn't 100%, went to the locker room. And for a guy like Josh Hart to ask to go out, you know something's, horribly wrong if Josh Hart, of all people, is asking to come out of the game. But as you said, it really did not look like the Knicks had any control of what happened. Last two games, Game 6 and Game 7, we'll get to that, but it just looked like a layup line for the Pacers. As soon as Haliburton was hitting those step-back threes, the Pacers
He takes 4 steps back. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what the refs are looking at, but Haliburton will take a step back, and then he'll take 2 more step backs and then shoot the ball. And the refs just think, okay, that's okay if he does it. So there's not really guarding it if he's allowed to take as many steps as he wants.
Yeah, his is worse than the Harden step back. I mean, let's be honest here. At least with Harden step back, his is quick. It's step back. But with Haliburton step back, that's 5 steps. I don't understand how the refs don't call that.
Yeah, okay. Then we move on, going back to the Garden for Game 7, and it just wasn't good. The Knicks lost 130 to 109. Alec Burks had a good game. DiVincenzo actually had a good game. Brunson obviously broke his hand. Pretty much end of the season. There's no chance without Brunson. So now we're down to the list of Anunoby played for 2 minutes, couldn't run at all. They took him out. Brunson played for the first half and a little bit of the third quarter. He came out with a broken hand. Hart was playing at 20 to 50%, I would say, throughout the whole game, depending on the spots. Didn't have Robinson. Obviously didn't have their All-NBA guy in Randall. Without Bogdanovich, who was a good guy off the bench for them a little bit. So, you're without 6 guys at 100%. It's just tough to win games. And not even mentioning Isaiah Hartenstein, who looks every time he touched the ball like he was injured. So, it just wasn't good. I mean, give credit to the Pacers, but, there's only so much a team can handle. There's next man up, and the next man up was Alec Burks and Precious Achiuwa. They both played well with their role. And then there's a point where, so many guys get hurt, there's no next man up anymore. There's just no next man to go to. It's just, there's no more options of, someone who could score or do anything. So, it just wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, they could have gotten Clyde Frazier and Pat Ewing out there. Looked like they just were out of gas at the start. They were down by 12 at the start of the first quarter. And it was okay, they really have a lead to come back from.
Yeah, but at the start of the second half, they went on a run and cut to 5.
Yeah, they cut it to 5.
And then the Pacers came back, then Brunson got hurt, and then once Brunson was hurt, there was never really a chance to win the game. Yeah. And you could say all of these injuries you fight through, whatever. If you lose Jalen Brunson, they weren't beating anyone.
Yeah. At, the end of the game, I saw Rick Brunson. He had his hand over his head. He was oh, my gosh, everybody is injured right now. OG went out there. He gave it a good 5 minutes. He ran like he was constipated. I mean, he just really could not do anything. He hit down a couple shots, which didn't look great. He didn't have much lift on it. But as you said, the Knicks team is just so injured. And they're going to come back next season. They're going to be very good. But a good year all in all for the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, as Jalen Brunson said after the game, you cannot consider that a successful year. You have to come back, be better, re-sign OG, get some improvements, get better, and come back stronger next year and go to win the whole thing.
Yeah, so moving on to the ECF, Celtics play the Pacers. And what do you think? I mean, Kristaps is going to be back, hopefully, for Game 3. We don't know. But, Luke, what do you think Going
Yeah,
into
the Pacers
series.
might win a game. I don't think they really win more than one. Maybe they win 2. I don't really see that happening, though. I think the Celtics will win in 5.
Yeah, I'll give them 6. I think we always lose game 2. We lost game 2 in the Miami series, and we lost game 2 in the Cleveland series. That seems to be the game where the other team, whoever they are, just shoots the lights out. I mean, Evan Mobley was shooting. Isaac Okoro was shooting. Those are 2 non-shooters. They were just playing incredible. But, it's going to be the Al Horford show at center for the first 2 games. We'll see how his legs show up, if at all. But I definitely give the Celtics in 6. And then
Yeah, there's no way the Celtics really lose this series.
if we lose the series, that would be such a disappointment. I don't know what I'll do with myself. I'm not coming to school if we lose the series. But thank you for watching Rivalry Sports this year. Hopefully the Celtics go all the way.